Have you ever wondered what habits are quietly shortening your lifespan as you get older? Do you find yourself feeling like you've passed the busiest parts of life, only to realize that certain everyday actions might be affecting your health and independence? If you're between the ages of 65 and 75, or you care deeply for someone in that age group, this video is for you. The habits you develop during this crucial decade can either add years to your life or potentially shorten them. Stay tuned until the end, because in the next few minutes, I'll reveal the life-changing habits that can help you maintain your health, happiness, and independence as you age. You'll learn about simple changes that can have a profound impact on your quality of life, and why the decisions you make now are so critical for the future. This video will guide you through avoiding common pitfalls and embracing positive practices that ensure a longer, healthier, and more fulfilling life. Trust me, you won't want to miss these crucial tips that can help you or your loved ones live their golden years to the fullest. Don't forget to stick around until the end to hear all 10 essential habits that will empower you to live not just longer, but with more vitality and joy. Let's dive in. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. Part 1. Discover life-changing habits for a healthier, happier old age. Are you in the age range of 65 to 75? Or perhaps you care deeply for someone who is. This golden period of life, where many of us find ourselves embracing the fruits of our labor, holds the potential to significantly shape the years that follow. While many seniors believe they have left the chaos of the world behind them, they may be unaware that some seemingly harmless, everyday habits could be quietly eroding their health and shortening their precious lifespan. It's heartbreaking to think that, without realizing it, simple mistakes made in our daily routines might lead to deteriorating health or a growing dependence on others as time goes on. Now, imagine a different reality. One where you're not just surviving but thriving in your later years. Think about the freedom, joy, and vitality that come from living a healthy, independent life. It's not just about adding years to your life. It's about filling those years with energy, purpose, and contentment. How amazing would it feel to age gracefully, remaining strong and capable, instead of feeling trapped by health issues and the constant need for help? I truly believe that this is the kind of life we all deserve to live. So, what if you could discover which habits are most harmful and which practices could transform your life for the better? It's never too late to change, and the steps you take now could make all the difference. If you're curious about the life-altering tips and wisdom that can help you or your loved ones embrace a longer, more fulfilling life, then you're in the right place. I've learned so much from elderly individuals who are thriving well into their 80s, 90s, and beyond. From what I've witnessed, those who live past 75 tend to live with purpose. They continue working, engaging in activities they love, and living with intention during that crucial 65 to 75 age window. They understand the importance of maintaining a healthy and vibrant lifestyle, not only for the sake of their health but for their overall happiness and sense of fulfillment. They've chosen a path that allows them to enjoy their later years with independence and joy. But, dear friends, as you enter the period between 65 and 75, it's easy to believe that you've entered a phase of life where you can finally relax and take things easy. The truth, however, is far more complex. It's a time when many people unknowingly slip into habits that undermine their health, leading to challenges they could have avoided. The harsh reality is that what we do, or don't do, during these years can have a profound impact on our future. The smallest habits, like skipping daily exercise or neglecting a balanced diet, can creep in and gradually take their toll on our bodies. There's truly nothing more valuable than the gift of good health and independence in our later years. It's a gift we give to ourselves, for no one else can carry the burden of our health the way we can. Children, as much as we love them, have their own lives to lead, and they may not always be there to offer the care and support we might need. It's crucial to remember that, in many ways, being self-reliant is the greatest asset we can have in old age. When we take care of ourselves, our bodies, our minds, and our spirits, we remain free, strong, and capable, and that freedom is priceless. So, how can we avoid falling into harmful habits and instead embrace those that will help us live longer, healthier lives? It's time to explore the practices that many elderly people unknowingly adopt, not realizing that they are shortening their time on Earth. The 65 to 75 years are truly the golden years, the most critical decade for longevity. It is during this time that we can either lay the foundation for a vibrant life or begin to slowly slip into a state of decline. These years hold immense power, and I'm deeply passionate about helping you unlock your full potential. In my quest for answers, I've spoken with several elderly individuals who have lived extraordinary lives, well past the age of 75. Through these conversations, I've learned 23 vital lessons about longevity, each one offering profound insights into how we can live healthier and more fulfilling lives. Before we dive into these life-changing habits, I'd like to ask for your support. If you find this video valuable, please give it a like. Your encouragement allows me to continue sharing these lessons, reaching more people who could benefit from this vital information. If you haven't subscribed yet, I strongly recommend that you do, and be sure to click the bell to stay updated on future videos. If you enjoyed this content, please leave a comment with the number 1 to let me know. If there's something you feel could be improved, don't hesitate to comment 0. Your feedback is incredibly valuable to me. Together, we can make these conversations even better, and I promise to keep sharing content that truly makes a difference. Now, let's begin this important journey of discovery. It's time to uncover the habits that will not only help you live longer, but also help you live a life filled with vitality, joy, and independence. Let's take control of our future, one healthy habit at a time. 1. Don't rely on fortune-telling. There is a timeless saying that resonates deeply with the wisdom of life. 3 parts are determined by heaven, 7 parts by effort. This powerful phrase reminds us that our lives are not entirely at the mercy of fate. While certain events may be beyond our control, the vast majority of our path is shaped by the choices we make and the actions we take. For the elderly, who often face an uncertain future, it can be tempting to seek solace in fortune-telling or vague predictions. However, I truly believe that this is not the answer. Instead of spending precious time and hard-earned money on something as uncertain as divination, I feel it is far more empowering and meaningful to focus on the things that are truly in our hands, our health and mental well-being. As we age, it is natural to worry about our health, our longevity, and what the future may hold. The fear of illness and decline can weigh heavily on the hearts of many older adults. But placing our trust in the hands of a fortune-teller, hoping for reassurance or answers, will only deepen that sense of uncertainty. The truth, as difficult as it may seem at times, is that longevity and good health are not given to us by chance or destiny. They are earned through the way we live our lives. A healthy lifestyle, proper nutrition, regular exercise, and nurturing a calm and peaceful mind are the pillars of well-being that we have the power to cultivate. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. It is through living with intention and joy that we can foster health and happiness as we grow older. The power of positive thinking cannot be overstated. When we choose to embrace life with a hopeful, optimistic attitude, when we choose to surround ourselves with supportive, loving relationships, we create an atmosphere of peace and contentment that no horoscope or fortune-teller could ever promise. This sense of inner peace and fulfillment is something far more real and tangible than any prediction of the future. Taking charge of our own lives is one of the most profound gifts we can give ourselves as we age. It is in our hands to shape our futures, and with the right mindset, we can experience not only a healthy old age, but one that is filled with grace, serenity, and joy. The real power lies in us, the choices we make, the habits we build, and the love we share with those around us. And no fortune-teller, no matter how skilled, can ever take that away from us. 2. Move carefully and avoid climbing high. As we grow older, Our bodies inevitably undergo changes that can affect our flexibility and strength, and this reality can make even the simplest actions feel riskier. Climbing, reaching for high places, or making sudden movements can become dangerous, and it's heartbreaking to think about how one misstep or slip could result in a devastating fall. The consequences of such an accident aren't just physical. They ripple through the entire life of an elderly person. A fall can lead to severe injuries, often leaving someone unable to move freely, leading to long-term immobility, excruciating pain, and a dependence on others for care. The emotional toll is just as heavy, with a sense of lost independence weighing on the spirit. But it's not just the elderly person who suffers. These incidents place an immense emotional and physical strain on families. The loved ones of older adults often find themselves thrust into caregiving roles, requiring their time, energy, and sometimes even their emotional resilience to ensure their family members' safety and comfort. It's a responsibility that can sometimes feel overwhelming, especially when the physical and mental demands of caregiving take a toll on one's well-being. That's why it's so important for older adults to move carefully and with intention. While it may feel frustrating to acknowledge, limiting physically strenuous tasks and avoiding situations that could lead to accidents are vital steps in protecting themselves. Creating a safe living environment is a loving and necessary measure. Removing tripping hazards like loose rugs and clutter, or even installing handrails where needed. Sometimes, using supportive devices like walkers or canes may feel like a concession to aging, but in reality, these tools are lifelines, offering both physical stability and peace of mind. Every precaution taken is a small act of self-love, a decision to preserve one's health, independence, and quality of life. It may not always be easy to admit the need for help or to adjust to limitations, but in doing so, we embrace the opportunity to age gracefully, with dignity, and surrounded by love. By prioritizing safety, we protect ourselves, our families, and our futures, creating a life that can continue to be lived with joy, even amidst the challenges that aging inevitably brings. 3. Accumulate wealth for old age. As we grow older, the importance of accumulating wealth for our later years becomes increasingly undeniable. In the early stages of life, we often take the ability to earn money for granted, but with age, our earning potential diminishes, and the reality of financial dependence can set in. This is why establishing financial stability through pensions, savings, or investments is crucial. Money is not just a tool for meeting daily needs, though it certainly helps in providing necessities like food, shelter, and clothing, but it becomes a lifeline for maintaining our dignity, independence, and access to critical care when our health begins to decline. The harsh truth is that without sufficient financial resources, the weight of unexpected expenses, particularly those related to medical care, can be overwhelming and even devastating. I can't help but feel a deep sense of concern when I think about the emotional toll that financial instability can have on elderly individuals. The thought of growing older and realizing that we may not have the means to care for ourselves, especially in times of sickness, is both terrifying and heartbreaking. Imagine the stress, anxiety, and profound sense of neglect one might experience when unable to afford the care they need. It's not just about comfort. It's about the quality of life we deserve in our final years. Without adequate savings or a pension, some may be left in a constant state of worry, their days consumed by the fear of medical bills, rising costs, or the inability to make ends meet. It can even create a sense of worthlessness or dependence on others that no one should have to endure. What often goes unspoken is the emotional burden placed on family members when the elderly cannot afford their care. Financial independence allows older adults to avoid relying on their children or loved ones, sparing them the stress of financial burdens and, perhaps, even family conflicts. The last thing anyone wants is to become a source of tension, guilt, or strain within their family. Having the ability to stand on your own, financially speaking, means that you can retain your independence and preserve the love and respect of those around you, rather than feeling like a burden. The reality of aging is that, at some point, we may all face declining health or increased medical needs, but we don't have to face these challenges in fear of how to pay for them. The key is to plan, to be proactive, and to set ourselves up for a future where we can live our later years with peace of mind and security. Saving, investing wisely, and learning to manage our expenses early on is not just an act of financial prudence, it is an act of self-care, of respect for our future selves. With thoughtful preparation, we can ensure that when the time comes, we will not have to struggle in the face of financial insecurity, but instead will be able to embrace our golden years with a sense of peace, joy, and freedom from worry. 4. Don't overwork yourself. As we age, our health becomes a treasure, something we must cherish and protect. This truth is especially poignant for older adults, where the inevitable toll of time manifests as fatigue, joint pain, and slower recovery. The once resilient body, which could effortlessly bounce back from a long day's work, begins to show signs of wear and tear. From the age of 65 to 75, the body's resilience weakens, and it's a reality we cannot ignore. At this stage, pushing ourselves beyond our limits can be more than just exhausting. It can be downright dangerous. The desire to keep up with past levels of productivity, to keep working as we did in our youth, can be a subtle yet perilous trap. I've seen it many times. Older individuals, convinced that they are still as strong as they once were, ignore the signals their bodies send. They push themselves too hard, hoping to prove something, whether to others or themselves. But the truth is, overworking in later years can have devastating consequences. It's not just a matter of feeling tired, it's about risking heart disease, aggravating joint problems, and even increasing the likelihood of strokes. These are not just statistics. They are real, life-altering consequences. I can't help but feel a deep sense of concern for those who continue to work past their limits. Our bodies, much like everything in life, have their thresholds, and it's essential to recognize and respect them. There is no shame in slowing down. It's an act of profound wisdom and self-love. Understanding our limits is something that becomes more urgent with age. Seniors should adjust their work habits. The days of heavy lifting and intense physical labor may need to be replaced with lighter, more manageable tasks. Finding a balance between work and rest is crucial for maintaining not only physical health but also mental peace. Life in our later years should be about enjoying the fruits of our labor, not about exhausting ourselves in pursuit of a fading ideal of youthful strength. It's about finding joy in moderation and honoring our bodies for all they have done for us. In this stage of life, rest is not a luxury, it is a necessity. When we rest, we allow our bodies to heal, to rejuvenate, and to keep us strong for the years ahead. Peaceful living, free from the constant pressure of overexertion, is what truly matters. So let us listen to our bodies, be gentle with ourselves, and embrace the beauty of a slower, more balanced pace. After all, health is not just the absence of illness, it's the presence of peace. 5. Don't be overly frugal. For many elderly individuals, particularly those who have endured years of struggle and hardship, saving money becomes a deeply ingrained habit. I've seen it myself in older generations. Those who survived wars, economic instability, or personal trials often feel a strong need to hold on to every penny. They may avoid spending on themselves, meticulously saving even for the smallest expenses, sometimes even refusing to waste a single scrap of food. They might eat leftovers out of habit or deny themselves basic comforts, simply because they were raised to believe that frugality is a virtue. But as I reflect on life, I can't help but feel that this mindset, while understandable, can sometimes rob them of true joy. Old age should be a time of reflection and enjoyment, a time when the rewards of a lifetime of hard work can finally be appreciated. It's not about recklessly spending or throwing caution to the wind, but it is about living. Treating yourself to a nice meal, perhaps splurging on a cozy, new outfit, or even taking the time to try something new and exciting. These are not luxuries. They are life's pleasures that nourish the soul. The small indulgences that many older adults forego can enhance the quality of their lives. Why deprive oneself of the comfort and happiness one deserves, especially after years of sacrifice and toil? I've come to believe that extreme frugality can sometimes be more harmful than beneficial. For instance, consuming poor quality food just to save money or neglecting personal care in the name of austerity is not wise. These choices can lead to a decline in health, both physically and emotionally. I want to urge every senior to embrace life's simple pleasures and indulge themselves in the ways they may have avoided before. It's not about recklessness. It's about balance. As the saying goes, money and possessions can't be taken with us when we leave this world. That truth resonates deeply with me. We cannot hold on to our savings forever, and we shouldn't spend our days in fear of running out of resources. Instead, I believe in the importance of spending wisely, using resources for the things that bring joy, contentment, and peace. Indulge in the things that make you smile, nurture your well-being, and keep your heart light. Self-care is vital. It is not selfish to spend on things that elevate your happiness. A fulfilling life in the later years is not only about the comfort of savings, but the richness of experiences and joy that come from treating oneself kindly. Life is short, and after all these years, you deserve enjoyment. 6. Keep your old home. A home is so much more than four walls and a roof over one's head. It's a sacred space filled with a lifetime of memories, cherished moments, and the comfort that only familiarity can provide. For older individuals, the home is a symbol of stability and security, a place that has witnessed the unfolding of decades of life, laughter, challenges, and victories. It holds the essence of their journey, each room a quiet reminder of their story, each corner infused with the warmth of years spent in the embrace of this very space. The sense of peace that comes from living in a home where the sights and sounds are familiar cannot be overstated. It's not just about walls and windows. It's about the deep connection to the space where one has built their life. This sanctuary provides more than physical shelter. It offers emotional security, a grounding that's often crucial as life changes. However, many older adults face the painful pressure of having to sell their homes, often at the urging of well-meaning children who may suggest moving in together or downsizing to a new residence. While their children may believe they are helping, the reality can be more complicated and emotionally charged. The act of selling a beloved home can feel like giving up a piece of one's identity. It can rob them of their independence, making them feel as if their lives are no longer entirely their own. The freedom to live in a space they've nurtured for years, a place where they've crafted their memories, offers them a sense of control that is vital to their self-respect and well-being. Without that, they may feel unmoored, like they've lost something irreplaceable. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment below to let me know that you are still here with me. It is heartbreaking to think that some older individuals might lose this precious sense of autonomy simply because their children, in their anxiety or desire to help, may not fully understand the profound emotional and psychological impact of such a decision. A home represents more than just physical shelter. It's an extension of one's soul, the last bastion of privacy and personal dignity. As the saying goes, parents have their things, a gentle yet powerful reminder that every individual, regardless of age, deserves to retain their sense of self, their private space. It's not just a matter of convenience or comfort. It's about preserving the dignity of being able to live on their terms. Therefore, older adults should not feel rushed or pressured into selling their homes or making such a significant change based solely on the advice of others. It's essential to pause and reflect on what truly matters: safety, security, peace of mind, and the ability to maintain control over their own lives. They must weigh the emotional, physical, and psychological costs of leaving behind their home, carefully considering whether a move would truly enhance their quality of life or simply strip away the last bit of freedom they have. It's okay to acknowledge that the familiar comfort of one's own home is irreplaceable and that, in many ways, it's an essential part of who they are. So, before making any decisions, older individuals must ask themselves, what will I be giving up? How will this affect my sense of security and independence? It's not a matter of stubbornness, but of preserving what's most sacred, their right to feel at home, in every sense of the word. 7. Avoid unnecessary health products. In today's world, the market is saturated with a dizzying array of health products, each more enticing than the last. From dietary supplements boasting miraculous health benefits to home medical devices promising to extend life expectancy, the options seem endless. Yet, It's important to realize that not all of these products deliver on their bold promises. Many are nothing more than clever marketing ploys designed to lure people into spending their hard-earned money on empty promises. For our older generations, this becomes an even more perilous trap. As health begins to decline with age, it's easy to fall victim to the alluring advertisements that speak directly to their fears and desires to regain vitality. In the desperate hope of reversing the inevitable effects of aging, they can end up investing large sums into these products, only to face disappointment when their health doesn't improve as promised. What's even more heartbreaking is the financial strain this can place on seniors. In their search for a miracle cure, they may end up draining their savings, not only without seeing any results but also with an added sense of regret. It's an exhausting cycle of hope, purchase, and disappointment. Instead of chasing every new health trend that comes their way, I firmly believe that the elderly should focus on what truly matters: maintaining a healthy lifestyle that nurtures both their body and soul. A balanced diet, regular exercise, and routine checkups from trusted healthcare providers are far more powerful than any supplement or device sold with lofty promises. These simple, sustainable habits form the foundation for long-term well-being, ensuring that seniors can enjoy their golden years without the financial burden and emotional toll that unnecessary health products bring. Taking this approach isn't just about saving money. It's about cultivating a life of real care, genuine health, and inner peace. 8. Don't argue with your partner at an advanced age. At an advanced age, it is essential to avoid arguing with your partner. As we age, the importance of a life partner deepens, especially when children grow up and begin living their own independent lives. The partner who once stood by your side during the busy days of raising children now becomes your most significant companion, the one who shares in the quiet moments of daily life. They are the one who listens to your thoughts, comfort you during difficult times, and laugh with you in the simplest joys. It is a rare and precious bond, one that should be cherished and protected. When arguments arise in later years, the consequences are far greater than just the immediate emotional pain. These conflicts can trigger a cascade of stress, leading to physical and mental strain that could undermine our health and overall well-being. As we grow older, the emotional and physical toll of fighting can be more damaging, leaving us feeling drained and emotionally exhausted. It's heart-wrenching to think of how fragile and fleeting life can feel at times, and that's why the bond between partners becomes even more vital. The companionship we share in our twilight years is not just about having someone to talk to. It's about having someone to lean on, someone who understands us in ways no one else can. Instead of engaging in arguments, older individuals should embrace the power of understanding, patience, and open-hearted communication. These are the tools that can help foster peace and harmony. As time passes, we should be more focused on supporting one another than on winning petty battles. It is through love, empathy, and respect that we can nourish a relationship that will carry us through our golden years. The term old couple should not be viewed as a mere descriptor but as a powerful symbol of a shared life, full of wisdom and mutual care. It's a reminder of the precious, irreplaceable comfort that our partners provide, the kind of support that is impossible to find elsewhere. To ensure that our later years are spent in serenity, we must nurture the relationship we have with our partner, prioritizing kindness, compassion, and emotional support above all else. After all, these years are meant to be filled with peace, happiness, and love. Let's hold on to those beautiful moments together, for they are the true treasures of life. If this resonates with you, and you feel inspired by these reflections, please comment 9. If it doesn't, feel free to comment 0. Your feedback is deeply appreciated, and I'm grateful for your time. 9. Be cautious about remarrying due to loneliness. Loneliness is something we all experience at various points in life, and for many, it becomes more pronounced as we age. However, rushing into remarriage as a solution to that ache can be a deeply complicated and emotionally charged decision. While the desire for companionship in later years is entirely understandable, it's crucial to approach the idea of remarriage with caution, especially as we enter the stage of life where both partners have already built their own lives, routines, and habits. When two individuals come together after experiencing the complexities of life, the union often faces instability. After years of independence, adjusting to someone else's way of living can feel overwhelming. There are disagreements over finances, conflicting views on how to manage household matters, and the strain of blending families, particularly if there are children from previous marriages. These issues, which might seem manageable in a younger relationship, can cause significant tension later in life, potentially leading to unnecessary stress and heartbreak. I believe it's essential to acknowledge that while remarriage can indeed bring joy, affection, and a renewed sense of belonging, it also carries risks that shouldn't be ignored. In some cases, it becomes a source of complications that outweigh the benefits, emotional and practical. Instead of rushing to fill the void with a new marriage, older adults should consider other enriching forms of connection, such as deepening friendships, engaging with hobbies, or nurturing relationships with grandchildren, who bring their unique joy and vitality into their lives. These relationships can offer emotional fulfillment without the added complexities that come with a new marriage. The decision to remarry should come from a place of genuine love, mutual understanding, and emotional connection, not from the impulse to escape loneliness. It is easy to mistake the desire for companionship as a need for marriage, but true fulfillment comes from emotional maturity and a sense of self-contentment. Taking the time to reflect on the reasons for wanting to marry again, to explore one's desires, and to ensure that both individuals are genuinely ready for the challenges that remarriage brings, is crucial. Ultimately, we must remember that there are many ways to feel loved, connected, and valued, and sometimes, staying single can allow us to cultivate a deeper sense of peace, independence, and joy. 10. Avoid moving to nursing homes if possible. While nursing homes may be necessary for some elderly individuals who require specialized medical care, they are often far from the ideal place for many older adults. It's heartbreaking to consider, but when someone becomes frail and struggles to manage on their own, moving to a nursing home might appear to be a solution, a place where they can receive round-the-clock care. However, this choice often comes with its own set of painful challenges. The stark reality is that many elderly people find themselves engulfed by overwhelming loneliness and a profound sense of isolation. The familiar warmth of family is replaced by strangers who come and go, and the sense of being part of a loving, nurturing family is lost. It's devastating to witness this gradual disconnection from the world they once knew. For those who are faced with this difficult transition, the unfamiliar surroundings, the routine dictated by others, and the loss of independence can spiral into deep sadness and even depression. They are often left yearning for the comfort of their own home, where memories linger in every room, and loved ones still walk through the door. The feeling of being at home, surrounded by the people who care for them, offers an undeniable sense of security and warmth that is hard to replicate in an institutional setting. It's not just about physical care, but emotional care too. In nursing homes, there are times when residents feel neglected, when the level of care falls short of what they deserve and need, leaving them to wonder if they are truly seen and valued. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. The idea of remaining in a familiar home, with its cherished memories and the loving embrace of family, should be the priority whenever possible. If it is at all feasible, the comfort and emotional security of staying in a place filled with history and love cannot be overstated. For many, hiring home caregivers might be a much better option, providing professional help while also ensuring they stay in the warmth of their own homes, feeling cared for, safe, and loved. In this environment, they can still experience the peace and dignity they deserve in their later years. There is no greater gift than allowing them to hold on to their independence, their peace of mind, and the security of knowing that they are not alone, that they are still valued, and that their life's journey is not over yet. In the end, it's about more than just physical care. It's about preserving their humanity, their connection to the world, and their dignity. The idea of being sent away, isolated from everything familiar, is a fate no one should have to endure unless necessary. 11. Relationships with colleagues and friends will naturally fade when retirement comes. As we approach retirement, the relationships we once had with colleagues and work friends often begin to fade, and this can be both an inevitable and emotionally complex reality to navigate. The bonds we forge during years of collaboration, shared struggles, and triumphs in the workplace are undeniably significant. Yet, as we step away from the professional world, life begins to shift in ways we might not have fully anticipated. Our paths diverge, and people who once played such an integral role in our daily lives gradually become distant figures in the rearview mirror of our existence. I have found personally that this process can stir a deep sense of nostalgia and even sadness. There is a feeling of loss as if the years spent together, the laughter, the teamwork, and the moments of understanding, were somehow fading into nothingness. However, it's important to recognize that this is a natural progression of life, one that speaks to the fluid and ever-evolving nature of human connections. Relationships, like seasons, come and go. The people we once worked with may no longer be as present, not because they no longer care, but because life's journey is inherently fluid. People change, priorities shift, and new horizons call each individual to pursue new dreams and passions. I believe it is vital for older adults, myself included, to approach this shift with acceptance and peace. It is a sign of maturity to understand that not every relationship needs to be held onto, especially when the seasons of life change. Letting go of the past does not diminish its importance. It simply acknowledges that it has served its purpose. It's essential to allow ourselves the grace to move forward and focus on the relationships that matter most right now. Those with our family, our closest friends, and those who bring warmth and light into our lives in the present. Rather than feeling regret or sadness about the natural ebbing of former work relationships, I've come to realize that this is an opportunity for personal growth and renewal. Fostering meaningful connections with the people who truly matter today, those who stand by us through thick and thin, can bring an immense sense of peace and fulfillment. The relationships that stand the test of time, those that offer genuine love, support, and joy, are the ones worth investing in as we enter our later years. In doing so, we not only reduce unnecessary stress, but also create the space to live a life filled with contentment, purpose, and genuine happiness. It's not about looking back with regret, but about embracing the beautiful potential of the present and the future. 12. If you don't understand something, wait until tomorrow. Life, especially in our later years, can often feel like an uncharted maze, full of twists, turns, and seemingly insurmountable challenges. For older adults, the weight of these difficulties can be overwhelming, stirring up feelings of anxiety, uncertainty, and stress. Yet, it's so important to remember that immediate action isn't always the answer, and sometimes, waiting for clarity is the most powerful choice we can make. The old saying, "Where there's a mountain, there's a wave," speaks volumes. It gently reminds us that with every challenge or obstacle, there is also an ebb and flow, a rhythm of life that requires patience and reflection. As we grow older, we must come to terms with the fact that not every problem needs to be solved right away. Many issues we face in life, be they personal, health-related, or emotional, become clearer with time. It is in the quiet moments of pause, when we resist the urge to rush into a decision, that we often discover the solution naturally. In those moments of waiting, the pressure of the situation may begin to loosen its grip on our hearts, allowing us to breathe a little easier. The importance of keeping a calm and steady mind cannot be overstated. When we let stress and anxiety dictate our actions, we risk not only making hasty decisions but also putting a strain on our bodies and minds, both of which are treasures that need to be protected as we age. That is why, as we navigate the later chapters of our lives, it's crucial to learn the art of relaxation, learning to rest, to let go of the urgency, and to allow time to reveal its answers. This approach isn't about being passive. It's about trusting that the right path will reveal itself in its own time. By embracing this patient, measured approach, older adults can reduce unnecessary stress and safeguard their mental and physical health, which is of the utmost importance as we grow older. Ultimately, this practice of waiting, not in fear, but in trust, leads to a more peaceful, more fulfilling life. It allows us to move through our later years with a sense of ease, knowing that we don't have to rush and that with time, all things will fall into place as they should. 13. Avoid flaunting your wealth to relatives. Money and wealth are not just practical matters. They are deeply personal and often emotionally charged subjects, particularly within families. There's a subtle power in financial status, and how it's handled can shape the dynamics of relationships in ways we might not immediately recognize. Flaunting your wealth, whether intentionally or unconsciously, can create an undercurrent of jealousy and insecurity among those who might feel less fortunate. The truth is that excessive boasting about one's assets can ignite fierce feelings of competition, envy, and even resentment, especially when it involves family members who are meant to offer support and love. I've seen firsthand how a simple mention of a recent purchase or a vacation can escalate into something far bigger than it should be, sparking conflict, misinterpretation, and, at times, deep emotional rifts. The reality is that relationships, especially with relatives, are fragile. When money enters the equation, things change. It can lead to unhealthy comparisons, misunderstandings, or even a divide that may seem impossible to heal. I believe that, as we age, we have a responsibility to preserve the peace and integrity of the relationships we've spent a lifetime nurturing. Flaunting wealth only serves to distract from the true meaning of family: connection, love, and mutual respect. It's easy to assume that sharing our successes is a way to celebrate with our loved ones, but the truth is that it often creates a barrier instead of fostering closeness. Money, while necessary, should not overshadow the depth of affection and care that should define family interactions. For older adults, the importance of keeping financial matters private is even more crucial. It's not about hiding wealth out of shame or fear, but rather protecting the sanctity of relationships. Only when necessary should these details be shared, and even then, it should be done with caution and mindfulness. This approach allows us to avoid unnecessary complications that arise from financial envy, jealousy, or misunderstandings. By prioritizing the preservation of family harmony over the need to show off, we are safeguarding something far more precious: our peace of mind and the genuine, heartfelt connections that make family so meaningful. 14. Maintain good relationships with neighbors. Maintaining strong and meaningful relationships with neighbors is essential, especially as we age. There's an old saying that perfectly captures the sentiment: a good neighbor is worth more than gold. It reminds us of how invaluable these connections can be, particularly in our later years. As we grow older, we often find ourselves spending more time in the comfort of our homes. The walls of our homes, which once felt so private and peaceful, can sometimes become isolating, making it all the more important to nurture ties with the community around us. Neighbors can become our lifelines. In times of need, they are often the first to lend a hand, whether it's rushing to help after an accident, calling for medical assistance, or offering a comforting presence when things feel too overwhelming. These connections are so much more than just practical. They offer a sense of belonging and a feeling of being seen and cared for, which is priceless, especially when you may not have family nearby. It's these small, everyday acts of kindness, helping with groceries, lending a listening ear, or simply exchanging a warm smile, that transform an ordinary neighborhood into a close-knit community. For older adults, this sense of camaraderie can significantly reduce feelings of loneliness and bring much-needed joy into their lives. Instead of facing the isolation that often accompanies aging, making the effort to reach out and engage with those around you fosters a spirit of warmth and happiness. Simple gestures like greeting your neighbors when you see them, offering to lend a hand when they need it, or sharing a cup of tea can weave a tapestry of connection that not only enhances your sense of security but also enriches your emotional well-being. I truly believe that these small acts can make a world of difference. It's not just about being practical or staying safe. It's about creating an environment where one feels supported, valued, and, above all, loved. After all, the relationships we build in our later years are often the ones that leave the most lasting impact, filling our hearts with gratitude and reminding us that we are never truly alone. 15. Go outside with proper lighting. As we grow older, we inevitably face the undeniable reality that our bodies begin to change. One of the most troubling aspects of aging is the decline in our physical health and flexibility. Our vision, once sharp and clear, becomes less reliable, especially in low light. The simple act of moving around in dimly lit spaces can turn into a dangerous game of chance, where every step is fraught with the risk of accidents. It's heartbreaking, but true, that many older adults suffer from falls that could have been avoided. Falls that not only cause physical pain but also lead to long-term consequences like broken bones and limited mobility. These injuries can strip away our independence, robbing us of the freedom we once took for granted. Imagine stepping outside into the evening, the darkness closing in around you, making every movement feel uncertain. It's not just an inconvenience, it's a source of anxiety. This is why it's so crucial for seniors to ensure that their environment is well lit, particularly when navigating at night or in dimly lit conditions. It's a small action that can make a world of difference. Turning on outdoor lights or carrying a flashlight isn't just about visibility. It's about peace of mind, about feeling secure and confident as you move. These tiny steps, like switching on a light, may seem insignificant, but they carry a profound emotional weight. They can be the difference between safety and a potentially life-altering accident. In a world that often feels overwhelming, taking control of the small things, like ensuring adequate lighting, can empower older adults to move through their daily lives with a sense of dignity and safety. It's an act of self-care that honors your well-being and preserves the precious independence you've worked so hard to maintain. At the end of the day, these precautions aren't just about preventing accidents. They're about preserving the quality of life and keeping a sense of security, no matter your age. The smallest details, like lighting, have the power to transform our lives, offering comfort, protection, and the assurance that we can face the world around us with confidence. 16. Don't compare yourself to others. It's a deeply human instinct to compare ourselves to others. We do it almost without thinking, looking at the lives of those around us and measuring our worth against theirs. But here's the painful truth. Constant comparison only leads to a path of disappointment, self-doubt, and heartache. Every person's life is distinct and shaped by unique circumstances, challenges, and abilities. When we compare ourselves to others, we fail to acknowledge the beauty and individuality of our journey. As we grow older, life inevitably brings change. Our health shifts, our finances fluctuate, and our living conditions evolve. These changes can be difficult to accept, especially when we look at others who seem to be thriving, appearing healthier, more financially stable, or simply more fortunate. In those moments, it's easy to feel like we've been left behind, to feel a twinge of jealousy or frustration. But I have learned, through my struggles, that this comparison only robs us of peace, keeps us stuck in a cycle of dissatisfaction, where we focus on what we lack rather than appreciating what we have. Instead of measuring ourselves against others, we must learn to celebrate the small blessings in our lives, the quiet moments of joy, the simple acts of kindness, the warmth of a loved one's smile. We often overlook these, thinking that true happiness lies in external achievements or possessions. But in reality, happiness becomes so much more attainable when we learn to look inward, practice gratitude, and embrace the life we are living. For those of us who are aging, it's especially important to cultivate this mindset. Yes, the years may have brought physical limitations or unexpected hardships, but they have also brought wisdom, resilience, and deep connections that we should cherish. Meaningful relationships, personal milestones, and the quiet strength of our journey are treasures that no amount of comparison can diminish. True happiness, I've discovered, is not found by looking at the success or fortune of others. It is found in embracing our own story, loving ourselves through all the imperfections and uncertainties. It comes when we shift our focus from who we are to who we are, when we let go of the toxic habit of comparison and instead nurture an authentic appreciation for our path. Life is too short to waste it wishing we were someone else. Let's honor our unique journey, with all its ups and downs, and find joy in the person we are becoming. 17. Avoid overeating. There is a timeless piece of wisdom that says, eat just enough to be full and live a long life. How deeply meaningful these words are, especially as we grow older. They remind us that the secret to true longevity isn't about eating to excess, but rather about honoring our bodies with the right amounts of nourishment. Overeating, especially as we age, can have devastating effects on our bodies, particularly on our already fragile digestive systems. The bloating, the discomfort, and the indigestion are more than just temporary annoyances. These are the warning signs of deeper, more serious consequences that could affect our stomachs, livers, and hearts over time. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment below to let me know that you are still here with me. As we age, our bodies inevitably change. Our digestion slows down, our metabolism becomes less efficient, and our ability to handle large quantities of food diminishes. Overeating is no longer a simple matter of indulgence, but an act that adds unnecessary stress to already weakened systems. The consequences go beyond feeling full. It could mean the difference between a comfortable, healthy life and a life burdened by chronic conditions like heart disease or digestive disorders. In my own experience, I've come to understand just how crucial it is to listen to our bodies, to honor their needs, and to embrace the power of moderation. For older adults, the path to a long and vibrant life lies not in excessive portions, but in thoughtful, balanced choices. Moderation is key. It's about breaking meals into smaller, more manageable servings, each thoughtfully prepared to nourish rather than overwhelm. Nutrient-dense, low-calorie foods are the most effective fuel for our bodies, providing the energy and vitality we need to face each day without taxing our system. In addition, something as simple as a gentle walk after meals can do wonders. Not only does it help with digestion, but it also helps prevent unwanted fat buildup and promotes an overall sense of well-being. I truly believe that by adopting such mindful eating habits, by choosing moderation, by respecting our body's signals, and by practicing patience, we can create a foundation for a healthier, more fulfilling life. The road to longevity isn't paved with excess, but with the wisdom of knowing when enough is truly enough. With a little care and intentionality, older adults can not only live longer but enjoy a higher quality of life as they grow older, filled with vitality and joy. 18. Steer clear of high-fat and high-salt foods. As we age, the choices we make about what we put into our bodies become more important than ever. Diet isn't just about maintaining a certain weight, it's about preserving our overall health, vitality, and well-being. Eating foods that are high in unhealthy oils, excessive salt, or harmful saturated fats can significantly increase our risk for serious conditions like heart disease, high blood pressure, and diabetes. These are not distant possibilities. They are very real threats that affect many older adults. What saddens me deeply is how many people, especially those in their later years, still don't recognize the critical importance of watching what they eat. Our bodies change as we age, and with those changes come challenges. For instance, as we grow older, our digestive systems don't work quite as efficiently as they once did. Heavy, greasy meals that once seemed harmless can now lead to bloating, indigestion, and even exacerbate chronic conditions we've been dealing with for years. It's a painful reality that so many of us face. Our bodies no longer respond the way they used to, and we have to be more mindful of the foods we consume. Seniors, in particular, should focus on a balanced, nourishing diet that's rich in vegetables, fruits, and other essential nutrients. These foods are not only easier to digest, but they also provide the necessary fuel to keep our bodies strong and vibrant. I often feel an overwhelming sense of urgency when I think about how essential it is for us to prioritize our health in our later years. The years we spend nourishing our bodies with wholesome foods are the years we extend our quality of life. Beyond just the food we eat, hydration plays a massive role. It's easy to overlook, but staying hydrated is just as critical as eating the right foods. And let's not forget the importance of limiting alcohol and sugary drinks. These empty calories offer no nutritional benefit and can quickly become detrimental to our health. Our bodies deserve better. Listening to what our bodies are telling us is one of the most powerful tools we have as we age. If we make a habit of tuning in to what we need, whether it's more vegetables, less sugar, or more water, we're setting ourselves up for a healthier, happier future. We can't afford to ignore the warning signs. By adjusting our diet and being conscious of the foods we consume, we take charge of our health and ensure that our later years are filled with vitality and joy. 19. Don't let negative emotions damage your health. Negative emotions like anxiety, anger, or sadness are not just fleeting feelings that we can brush off. They are powerful forces that, over time, can chip away at both our physical and mental well-being. It's heartbreaking to think that such emotions, often experienced daily, can leave lasting scars. Research shows that a staggering 95% of illnesses are linked to poor emotional states. This means that most of us could be suffering from health issues directly related to how we feel and react to the world around us. When we feel anger rise in our chest, for example, our bodies react by flooding the system with stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. While these hormones serve a purpose in fight-or-flight situations, chronic anger and stress create a toxic environment in our bodies. Over time, this takes a toll on our cardiovascular, nervous, and immune systems, making us vulnerable to diseases we may otherwise have avoided. As we age, life's challenges only seem to multiply. Declining health, financial worries, the loss of loved ones, and the weight of unfulfilled dreams can sometimes seem overwhelming, intensifying feelings of sadness or anxiety. I've seen firsthand how these emotions can take hold, especially as we approach the later stages of life. It's easy to become trapped in a cycle of negativity, feeling like the world is against us and that there's no way out. However, I've come to realize that it's crucial to understand the power of mood control, especially as we grow older. Instead of letting these emotions dictate the course of our lives, we have the ability and the responsibility to take charge of them. There are countless ways we can turn the tide and protect our health. I find that engaging in practices like meditation and yoga and simply being outside in nature can create a remarkable shift in perspective. Even a short walk in the fresh air, surrounded by the beauty of the world, can calm a restless mind and rejuvenate a tired spirit. Social connections, whether it's chatting with a friend, participating in a community event, or even volunteering, can foster a sense of belonging and joy that can drown out negativity. It's not about avoiding the challenges that life throws our way. It's about learning to manage our emotional responses to those challenges. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 5 below to let me know that you are still here with me. In my experience, maintaining a joyful and positive outlook isn't just a feel-good practice. It's a form of self-care that can act as a shield against the physical and mental health problems that so often accompany aging. By prioritizing our emotional well-being, we protect not only our hearts but also our minds, giving ourselves the gift of vitality and peace in our later years. It's a choice we must make every day, and it can transform our lives, no matter our age. 20. Exercise appropriately. Exercise is vital for maintaining not only physical health but also mental well-being, and its importance only deepens as we age. Yet, it's crucial to understand that not all forms of exercise are appropriate for older adults. As we grow older, our bodies inevitably become more fragile, and what might have been a simple workout routine in our youth could lead to injury or strain in our later years. This is why it's so important to choose exercises that are gentle, restorative, and mindful of our body's changing needs. I cannot stress enough the power of moderate, low-impact activities like walking, yoga, tai chi, or swimming. These exercises offer countless benefits, helping seniors improve flexibility, build strength, and increase balance, without placing undue stress on vulnerable joints or muscles. I truly believe that by incorporating these exercises into their daily routines, older adults can strengthen their bodies while lowering the risk of injury. And perhaps even more importantly, regular exercise supports our mental health, lifting our spirits and reducing feelings of anxiety or depression that sometimes come with the challenges of aging. We must remind ourselves that consistency is key. I know that at times it can be difficult to stay motivated, especially when the days feel long or our bodies feel tired, but it's crucial to push through and maintain that routine. The rewards are immeasurable. Regular physical activity lowers blood pressure, boosts immune function, enhances heart health, and greatly reduces the risk of chronic diseases. Beyond that, exercise fosters a sense of accomplishment and vitality, allowing us to feel alive, energetic, and more engaged with life. In my opinion, the real beauty of exercise as we age lies in its power to provide not just physical strength, but emotional resilience as well. It allows seniors to feel more connected to their bodies, cultivating a deep sense of self-awareness and pride. By choosing appropriate exercises and truly listening to what our bodies are telling us, we can enjoy a life that is not only longer but far more fulfilling, rich with health, purpose, and joy. I deeply believe that this journey is about embracing the gift of movement, staying active in a way that feels good, and finding strength in our determination to live life fully, no matter our age. As we wrap up today's video, I hope you've gained some valuable insights into the importance of exercise, especially as we age. It's clear that staying active in the right way can have an incredibly positive impact on both our physical and mental health. Whether it's taking a peaceful walk, practicing yoga, or swimming, there's no better time to embrace a routine that works for you and your body. So, what have you learned from today's video? I'd love to hear from you. Please comment below and share one thing you've learned that you plan to bring into your daily life. Your feedback and thoughts mean a lot, and I'm sure others will find your insights just as valuable. If you like this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos that inspire and empower you to live a healthier, happier life. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to hearing how you're making positive changes.